Let me cut the music before I get muted in several countries. Because I don't clear about the clairvoyance. I don't care about the monetization. That's not a even remotely. And even when they do pay people, they don't pay them that much. But I would like people from all over the world, if they come across this video as a synchronicity, to be able to see it. I feel a little stunted. This is a channel message. I don't feel particularly like stunned is more the word. So I guess maybe I'll just go from like what was in my mind. So if you've been watching, I had to do like a lot of clearing stuff this weekend because a whack person decided to do magic on me over a boy. So as I'm doing that, I have to talk to God because the only reason I ever went forth to give my demo to this particular person was because that's what God said to do. Now, yeah, I did see him like in Dream World and stuff, but I am extremely led by, forced by even what the Most High says to do. It's 2:22 on the clock too. This person doesn't know who they are. They have amnesia. I was sent to help them with their amnesia, but there's like a fail safe in place. If this person is not in the place to receive, we will just, and then the system will fill it in with a different timeline, which is what I try to tell my clients all the time. A lot of times people sacrifice themselves for somebody else, which is noble and all. But in cases like that, it ends up like a Saw movie. You sacrifice yourself, now y'all both dead. That's not how it's supposed to work. They will find somebody that will meet them in their thing and they'll like live in that low vibration together, or that person will get so tired of being down or continuing to spiral down that they'll dig their way out and then y'all meet a different way, if that is what this life was meant to be. So I was like upset because I never wanted to do any of this in the first place. I was very deep in my own healing journey, and it was only when I unblocked my heart that all this other stuff that I had to do came up. So I was talking to God like, why did you make me do this? This was the most pointless thing ever. Nothing became of the music, no contact, nothing. Just I got hexed by somebody I don't even know because I don't even know why. See, like I know, but I don't know because nobody's made contact. Even the person that is aware that this woman did that horrible thing to me didn't even say anything, even though he's the one that left me open to the attack. That in itself really took me to God because I was feeling like, dang, didn't know he was lame. Shit. So don't you hear when you find out a guy that you were sort of kind of liking is lame? Like, ah, damn, I'm lame too then. Because I didn't notice it, but my imagination's too creative. Okay. So I'm like, God, why you had me do this? And he said, Ramesses. I was like, Ramesses. Oh, not everybody that a messenger goes to receives the message, was the message that I got back. And I never realized that. And all the time of me hearing the Bible stories, I thought about all the women who went to guys and they had to go back a million times and the shit worked out somehow. I never thought about the times that it failed, or that time that like Joseph got thrown in jail for like 10 million years because nobody believed who he was either. Sometimes the person the message is supposed to go to doesn't get the message. Noah stood outside an ark and slowly built for years, like, hey, y'all might want to hop on this. Y'all might want to help. And they laughed. And oh, this is a situation where people laughed and thought things were funny. And like, oh, this really triggered my high school bully wounds. When you have the gift of remote vision or like remote seeing, that's the ability to see things from your perspective. Like, you know how Quicksilver is in X-Men, when he can hop around the room while everybody else is froze? With the skill of remote viewing, you can do that. Like I can hit a meditation. I don't even have to do a meditation at this point. And I can see what is going on in a particular place if I focus hard enough. You can also see the past and like future events play out as your astral self is there. So Having to do the shadow work of understanding why this happened really changed my perspective on the whole thing. And just made me feel like, God, why did you make me deal with humans who are so ugly? I sit here every day and I don't do anything but help people. But to hear other people's perspective of me who are not in this like spiritual realm, it was a whole different thing. It was like I was a freak again. And it made me feel like I was back in like elementary, middle, and high school. I got bullied in every grade, just like trying to be invisible because it's really hard for me to be invisible in general. I guess I just stand out. I've always been taller than everybody else. I'm 6'2" now, but I stand out and people like to pick on me. I do sort of get now that it's an energetic thing, something about, and it sounds so cliche, my light triggers other people's fucking demons. My sun is in 12th. My Mars is in 12th. Everything about me triggers people who have shadows or who are unhappy with certain parts of themselves. I was just in the parking lot with my crop top on, and these skinny bitches were looking at me, right? And I realized, oh, got it. Because like this telepathy thing is picking up. Like, no, they were judging me for wearing that. But then I could see like every day they tear themselves apart about what they're putting on. They were nowhere near my size. Like this, I said they were thinner, but they were like, I guess those people like who want to lose that last 20 or 30 pounds. But the fact that they tear themselves apart on a regular basis made them tear me apart when they saw me as a reflection of, oh my goodness, I would never wear that because A, B, C, and D. But the funny thing is, those same people one day are going to turn around and be like, dang, well, I can wear this if she was wearing it, if they had been in a more positive space. My mother in law, former mother in law, went to the beach with us one time. I had on a two piece, and she's like, you're going to wear that out? I was like, and this is after I lost weight and all this stuff. So I'm really excited about my two piece. I could have very easily been like I used to, and I would have went in there and put like a cover up on, or I even wouldn't went to the beach. I didn't even used to get in the water because I was nervous about people. Like that bullying shit really stayed with me just to show how difficult. Like I wasn't even living my life. I would be on the beach in a sweater because I didn't want anybody to see me and like make fun of me. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm about to wear my bikini. And I went out there. You know what happened? 2 months later, she sent me a picture because she had ordered her two piece. She was judging me based upon the way she had been taught to think about bigger people in two pieces, when inside she really just wanted to be free enough to do that anyway. So that is sort of the blessing and the curse of being me in general. But faith gets tested while it's being built also came through. Sometimes you are led right to the enemy because you're giving somebody else a chance of redemption, because God wants to help everybody. This is why Jesus was hanging out in the places he was hanging out in. He was trying to help the people who needed it the most. Like there are some people who have access to churches or psychology or doctors and all that sort of stuff. No, you have to go in the places where those things aren't available to help people so that you can touch them there. How they react is not a reflection of whether you completed your mission. Your mission was obedience. And oh my goodness. So I just had to like purge the whole fucking weekend because this was starting to mess with my faith. I was not understanding why my messages were going like they were going and not lining up with the reality where I'm still doing my job 100% right. And everybody's getting their readings and everything. I'm still getting creepy, accurate readings, but they're not applying to me. But it was because not only was I being, do I want to say magically manipulated, but in some ways, telepathically manipulated, because the guy was not coming forward, but he was aware that I can perceive his signals and stuff. So he was sending signs while still engaging with the person who was attacking me because she's jealous that she knows her guy is up to no good. Like, nah, this is sort of kind of in me being a fair person, to have a man in your face all the time and know that he has a crush on somebody else and you don't know what to do and you don't want to attack that guy. I will take that L as me, like me empathizing. Charge that. But the guy in the middle of it who doesn't say anything one way or the other, or just still just like, ew, it's 2023. I cannot be 40 dealing with high school behavior. So I am so very happy to let y'all know that even when I bump my ass dealing with some human stuff, there's going to be a lesson that I have for you guys to pass on. There might have been somebody who came in your life and you knew exactly who they were to you, but you can't save them all. You can't force anything. Free will gives us the ability to change the design, the natal design. Free will gives you the ability to fuck yourself out of blessings too. For those people who don't grow, who don't go beyond their intuition or don't connect to their intuition and actually listen to it, free will have you walk back down a road you have already walked down, straight into a fire to learn, oh shit, this is why I don't get burned. And that's what Saturn is. Saturn gets harder every time you go back around if you are not learning the lesson of it. So it's like the notch gets turned up on an oven. And this is after the 28 years. You get that first 28 years for you to develop into a person that has learned your lessons. After 28, if your ass is still playing around, Saturn gonna catch you every time. Okay, so I'm gonna pull from my enchanted map deck for the rest of my channel message today. But that was my experience and how sort of that thing came through me of just don't let these humans be the basis for your faith, because you will lose your faith real early in this game, especially trying to be spiritual. If humans are any indication of you of what God is capable of only. Okay, some people are conduits. Their hearts are open, their souls are open, and they wake up in the spirit of how can I allow myself to be used or to be helpful. But those people are rare, especially in this world right now. A lot of these people are hardened, and you, as I was in this situation, are the person being used as the conduit for God to go into places that are closed, for people who can't hear them on their own, for people who are thinking that God won't even listen to them because of the things they have done. So sometimes when a person is praying and they can't hear the answers to their prayers, you are the person that comes through. Take it as a touch by an angel mission. You go in, you do your thing, you do the best you can, but you don't let yourself get harmed so that you are able to move on to your other missions. So that's what is your next mission? All right, because it feels like there are some people on the same wavelength for me. Some people letting go of old stuff, or oh, Mercury retrograde in this new moon, boom, in Virgo. So Virgo is healing. Right now, Mercury is about communication. This new moon is about rebirth, fleshing out anything that needs to be pushed in order for growth. The retrograde is a rewind, a correction. So doors are closing so that when this goes back forward, things will move. You are starting to clear stuff out. So that's what this is all about. Communication fuck ups, coming around full circle to figure out what went wrong. And boy, was this painful. I know I can't be the only one going through this. Because to be triggered about fucking childhood shit. I think that's Virgo too. Virgo is like the innocent part of yourself. What made you start acting like that? What made you start behaving outside of your normal, pure energy? If you rock with this shit and let yourself dig through the feelings as they're coming up, it sucks for like a second, but it's better than this coming around every moon. That's what happens. Every moon that comes around, whatever house it's in, it's pulling on your emotional residue in that area. When it's a new moon, it's planting new seeds in that shit. When it's a full moon, it's releasing old stuff. So you can expect a lot of emotions on full moons, and with new moons, you can expect a little bit more new things are beginning energy. And that's what I'm going to focus on, because that's where I just got led. Where are we being led next? And, oh my goodness, I can Kanye some shit, right? But just as long as I break it around. Where is this collective currently being led? What is next? Now, since faith without sight was sort of the theme. What is next? Well, that's sexy. That's flying. That's soaring. That's not being held down. And then it's look, out in the desert, which means isolation. But in this case, in reference to what I was saying, sometimes we can't fly when other people are around. We need to see what we can do with our wings. Ooh, it's like the Power Rangers when they get their powers, but they can't tell anybody in Angel Valley, so they go out into the desert and get their stuff together. So no, this is a intuitive phase that's coming here. Initiation just went through my mind. And no, this is not just for me. My story will resonate to everybody in a different way, is what I'm getting. Everybody who comes across this video went through the same lesson in a different way in order to build your faith, and not test is what I'm being said. Ooh, that's the thing. And Wizard of Awareness came up, which is crazy because I was talking to Good Dad, right? If you didn't see my Good Dad, Bad Dad, Integrated Dad post, just run back to last week. It's on my Facebook and Instagram. So I was going through like, oh my goodness, I can't call on Good Dad to help me with like a hex or being attacked by a group of people doing magic on me. It wasn't just the chick. She had hired other people and had some friends. She was doing multiple things and it wasn't just on me. So I'm like, all right, this is a lot of stuff to get off me. Dad, can you help? Right? And I allow him in. Like, hey, see what this situation is, even go and see what I did not see. Be a full, fair judge of this. I don't like to use my hands. I like to let God work through me. And what happened was, it was an understanding that God doesn't take revenge. Real upper God doesn't take revenge. He looks at what was taken from you and he gives it back abundantly. That person is going to keep building their own tower until it falls, is what he said, which is Wizard of Awareness. As long as you stay linked in to this one, you're good. It gave me the feeling immediately like when you fell off your bike and dad comes up and he's like, oh sweetie, you hurt yourself, let's get you patched up. Or even if somebody stole your lunch money, like, oh, you have a bully at school, you know what, let me give you extra lunch money so you can give the bully money to leave you alone, and here is extra couple of dollars for yourself to get a snack along with your lunch, and we'll just make sure it's like this every day so you don't have any problems. That energy. Bad Dad, on the other hand, was more like, all you gotta do is say the word. It was that it felt very Lil Wayne, very like just say the word, but that was a temptation. That was a test. We are all getting tested on our higher and lower selves right now. Are you going to be your best self? Or are you going to succumb to that rage, that anger? Are you going to stand your peace now that you know it? That's that South Node Libra, North Node Aries. Initiation. So maybe that's the wave I'm on right now. Oh, that's what I'll pull for. What is the wave? But the end result is awareness and education. That's where this is going now. Your faith is strong. You have learned this shit is real. You've seen enough 1111s for you to not want to see them again for the rest of your life. So at this point, you are about to get more practical. That's what this Virgo is doing. You are about to start using more of what you know, applying it in your day-to-day life as opposed to just knowing. And you might even involve what you already know. Step into your crafts as that wizard of awareness is what I'm getting. It's no longer abstract. The reward of what you have endured since 2020 is what I'm hearing, is found in the application of the knowledge that you have been holding. Now that you are being given the energy of action through that North Node in Aries, you're putting like your magic where your mouth is. You're about to walk it like you talk it. You're stepping into your knowledge, becoming your knowledge. It's not going to be separate from you anymore. So I guess I feel guilty of this. Knowing better, but not doing better. You're about to know better and do better with it. So what is this wave? What is this collective wave that I am channeling from? Y'all can't, it's backwards, but it says, ride the wave. That jumped out. If I had a suitcase, I would pack it up right now and say, all right, that's enough of that, y'all. I did not do this shit before 4 years from now. I ain't do no cars, I ain't do nothing. They had me very well indoctrinated this life. And then one day I noticed that ladybugs were following me everywhere, and that damn 1111 was on my ass. Next to my bed was a spiritual warfare, I said welfare. Spiritual warfare book. I did not put that there. it got purchased by somebody else. And while I was in my bed recovering, because I had fell, this is a whole nother story. I couldn't walk. I couldn't go anywhere by my bed. It was the only thing I could reach from my bed was the spiritual warfare book. So ladybugs, which are luck. 1111 is another luck. It's reset, right? And the spiritual warfare book that I was able to read along with doing meditations and yoga on my bed changed my whole life. It lifted my vibration enough for me to start recognizing, hold on, 1111 wasn't the only sign I've been getting this whole time. And that's the wave I'm still on. But guys, get the fuck out of here. The rest of the cards, we are all, anybody seeing this video, if you're not already in a commitment, if you are in a commitment, it's going to improve. If it is the person you were supposed to be with, if not, it's going to fall off. You already know if the person you are with is the person you are meant to be with. It's not a question. You are in denial to yourself. If you say, oh, I don't know, because you do know, you just don't want to know because you don't want to change. Whew. So you know if it's your one, you know if it's not, based upon if the relationship is healthy, and you know healthy or unhealthy without a shadow of a doubt. So if you are one of the people in a good relationship, congratulations. Things are escalating. Things are going to the next level. This is even if you've been in a relationship for 20 something years, things are going to get better. The love is going to get better. The closeness, y'all are going to start doing those things that you have really been dreaming about doing together. Now, it's your time to shine. Now, if you are single or leaving a relationship, you are riding this wave towards commitment. Everything you just went through, it doesn't matter if this was a person, because I've had a couple clients that had people pop up and they really thought this was the person because like their energy said it was, but then the person started acting funky and disappeared. So they were forced to move forward. Either the universe is going to have that person spin the block because they realize, holy shit, they weren't getting their signs at the right time. The masculines are a little behind, y'all. This is even like women or feminines that have a masculine internal. Y'all know what I mean. So either way, this wave is leading to commitment, because this is that South Node in Libra. You're getting back with your balanced half, but the balanced half that you get is based upon how much work you've done inside. Your reflection determines the person that you're attracting. Yeah, I feel like I said that right. I'm trying to channel at the same time. Your reflection shows that the person that you are attracting. You can tell by who you are attracted to how much you have grown. If you're attracted to somebody that's still sort of like your ex, guess what? But if you start being attracted to something that's completely different, but it resonates at a deeper level, that's you being called to level up, to step into that. If you are noticing somebody who is a huge red flag, suddenly where you're attracted, there's something to be worked on there. But that's going to come up for you to look at, like, why was I attracted to this type of person? This is all about you recognizing that this whole world is reflecting back what you need to work on to optimize your human. In this case, it's to work towards this commitment and reaching the highest level of soulmate that you can for that ride. At the end of that, follow the leader. What is that again? Faith, not sight. Because look at the birds and stuff around. There's signs everywhere, and it's leading you to a tree. What? The tree of life. And it has a clock on it. Can't make this shit up. Follow your higher self. Ride the wave. There's nothing you can do anyway. Movement is happening, and you have no idea. There's a whole thing going on outside of your view. But you know what the great thing about that is, guys? And that's what I'm going to close with. You don't have to worry about what's outside your view. Keep your tunnel vision. And I feel like, man, I had to speak to me today too. I guess because I started off with my story, but whatever. Shit. Clearly, we're going through a wave of learning the same thing. But tunnel vision. All you need to see is your eyes focused on what your goal is. Make sure your goal is one goal that connects all the dots from the rest of your stuff. If I accomplish or I do this one thing, will it pour over into everything else? Or will the thing that I am pouring my energy and focus into right now not lead where I need to go? And please, please keep it 100 with yourself about where you are pouring your energy into, who you're spending time with. If you're still messing around with that ex that you know ain't no good for you, I think quite shortly life will show you just how bad this person is for you, and it's going to be in a painful way, and it's going to keep happening until you do what you need to do for you. And for those of you who are going through this journey, taking your lumps and bruises, Y'all have a good day.